Here's an expanded version of Keynote 1, discovering purpose through challenges in approximately 900 words. Life has a way of presenting us with unexpected turns, uncertainties, and challenges. In these moments, it can be easy to feel overwhelmed, questioning the path ahead and doubting whether we have the strength to navigate through. Yet, these very challenges can hold the key to discovering our purpose and unlocking the potential that lies dormant within us. It is in the midst of difficulty that we are often presented with opportunities to grow, learn, and redefine our understanding of who we are and why we are here. When we encounter adversity, our natural inclination is to resist it. We search for ways to escape the discomfort and find a path that feels safer or more predictable. But what if we were to reframe our perspective? What if, instead of viewing challenges as obstacles to avoid, we saw them as stepping stones to becoming the person we were meant to be? Challenges, by their nature, push us beyond our comfort zones. They force us to confront the unknown and call upon resources we may not have realized we possessed. This process of confronting and overcoming difficulties is not just about survival. It's about transformation. Oh! Consider the process of refining gold. The raw material as it is found appears unremarkable, its true value hidden beneath impurities. To reveal its brilliance, the gold must be subjected to intense heat, melting away what doesn't belong, and leaving behind its purest form. In much the same way, our challenges act as a refining fire. They strip away the distractions and false identities we may have accumulated, revealing the core of who we are. In the midst of the struggle, we often discover our resilience, our strength, and our ability to rise above circumstances. It's important to remember that purpose is not something we stumble upon by chance. It is revealed through intentionality and a willingness to engage with life fully, even when it feels uncertain or difficult. Challenges provide the fertile ground in which purpose can take root and grow. They force us to ask deeper questions about our lives, our choices, and the impact we want to leave on the world. These questions, though often uncomfortable, lead us to clarity. They compel us to identify what truly matters and to align our actions with those values. One of the greatest truths about purpose is that it often emerges from the very experiences that seem most difficult at the time. History is filled with stories of individuals who discovered their calling through adversity. From great leaders to everyday heroes, countless people have found that their struggles prepared them for a greater mission. When faced with difficulty, they did not allow it to define them. Instead, they chose to use it as a foundation for building something meaningful. In our own lives, we can look back at moments of hardship and recognize how they shaped us. Perhaps a career setback led to the discovery of a passion you never knew existed. Maybe a personal loss deepened your empathy and strengthened your relationships. Or perhaps an unexpected challenge forced you to develop skills you would later use to help others. These experiences are not coincidences. They are part of a larger tapestry, weaving together to reveal the unique purpose of your life. Embracing challenges requires a shift in mindset. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" we can begin to ask, "What can I learn from this? How can I grow through this experience?" This shift allows us to move from a place of victimhood to a position of empowerment. We recognize that while we may not have control over what happens to us, we have complete control over how we respond. In choosing to respond with courage, curiosity, and an openness to growth, we take the first step toward discovering our purpose. The path to finding purpose through challenges is not a linear one. It often involves moments of doubt, frustration, and even failure. But it is precisely through these moments that we gain the insights and wisdom needed to move forward. Each setback teaches us something valuable about ourselves and the world around us. Each challenge builds our character and prepares us for the next phase of our journey. The process may not be easy, but it is always worth it. Living with purpose means embracing the idea that our lives are part of something greater than ourselves. Challenges then become not just personal struggles, but opportunities to contribute to the world in meaningful ways. When we choose to face adversity with courage and determination, we inspire others to do the same. Our stories of resilience become a source of hope and encouragement for those who may be facing their own battles. In this way, our challenges serve a dual purpose. They transform us, and they enable us to make a difference in the lives of others. The journey of discovering purpose through challenges is deeply personal, yet it is also universal. We all face moments of uncertainty and difficulty, and we all have the potential to emerge stronger, wiser, and more focused on what truly matters. By leaning into the discomfort and trusting that there is a purpose within the pain, we unlock the possibility of living a life that is not only meaningful, but also deeply fulfilling. Let me know if you'd like adjustments or have further input. Here's an expanded version of Keynote 2, Living Intentionally in Uncertain Times, in approximately 900 words. In a world marked by uncertainty, it's easy to feel like we're drifting, carried by the tides of circumstances beyond our control. Life throws unexpected challenges our way. Economic shifts, personal struggles, global crises, and the sense of stability we once held can feel increasingly out of reach. Yet, even in the midst of these turbulent times, there exists a profound opportunity to live with intention. Living intentionally doesn't mean having all the answers or being unaffected by the chaos around us. Rather, it's about making deliberate choices rooted in purpose, values, and clarity, regardless of the uncertainty that surrounds us. Intentional living begins with understanding that every moment carries weight. Time is one of the few resources we can never regain, and how we spend it reflects the priorities we hold. In uncertain times, the temptation to fall into patterns of fear, distraction, or passivity can be strong. We might find ourselves consumed by worries about what the future holds, endlessly scrolling through information, or waiting for conditions to improve before taking action. But intentional living requires us to step out of that cycle. It asks us to pause, reflect, and choose how we show up for ourselves, our loved ones, and the world around us. One of the first steps toward intentional living is identifying the values that guide us. In times of uncertainty, it's especially important to anchor ourselves in what truly matters. These values might include faith, family, integrity, compassion, or a commitment to personal growth. When we align our actions with these guiding principles, we create a sense of stability and direction, even when external circumstances feel unpredictable. Our values become a compass pointing us toward meaningful choices and helping us to stay grounded amid the noise. Living intentionally also means recognizing the power of small, consistent actions. In the face of uncertainty, it's natural to feel overwhelmed by the enormity of the challenges we face. We might wonder how our individual efforts can make a difference or question whether our goals are achievable. Whoa. But intentional living teaches us that it's not about solving every problem at once. It's about taking purposeful steps, one at a time. A small act of kindness, a single moment of focus, or a quiet commitment to self-care can have a ripple effect, creating momentum and transforming not only our own lives, but also the lives of those around us. Another key aspect of intentional living is cultivating awareness. In uncertain times, it's easy to slip into autopilot, going through the motions without truly engaging with our lives. Awareness invites us to be present, to pay attention to the choices we make, and to consider their impact. This might mean being more mindful of how we spend our time, setting boundaries to protect our energy, or choosing to invest in relationships that uplift and inspire us. Awareness allows us to notice when we're acting out of habit or fear, and to redirect our efforts toward what aligns with our deeper purpose. One of the greatest challenges of living intentionally in uncertain times is managing our relationship with fear. Fear is a natural response to the unknown, but if left unchecked, it can paralyze us, keeping us stuck in a cycle of inaction and doubt. Intentional living calls us to acknowledge our fears without letting them dictate our choices. It's about recognizing that fear is a signal, not a stop sign, a reminder to proceed with caution and courage rather than retreating. By facing our fears and stepping into the discomfort, we often find that we are more capable and resilient than we imagine. Intentional living also involves creating space for reflection and gratitude. When the world feels chaotic, it's easy to focus on what's missing or what's going wrong. But by taking time to reflect on the blessings in our lives, we cultivate a sense of gratitude that shifts our perspective. Gratitude helps us to see the good that exists even in difficult times, and reminds us of the resources and strengths we already possess. It's not about ignoring the challenges we face, but about balancing them with an awareness of the beauty and opportunities that remain. Another essential element of living intentionally is setting meaningful goals. In uncertain times, it can be tempting to put our aspirations on hold, waiting for a more stable or predictable moment to pursue them. But intentional living asks us to dream boldly, even in the face of uncertainty. It encourages us to identify goals that resonate with our values and to take steps toward them, no matter how small. By pursuing our dreams with intention, we create a sense of purpose and direction that carries us through even the most challenging periods. Living intentionally also means being adaptable. Uncertainty often requires us to adjust our plans and expectations, and intentional living invites us to embrace this flexibility with grace. It's about holding on to our values and purpose while remaining open to new possibilities and paths. Adaptability allows us to navigate change with resilience, seeing it not as a disruption but as an opportunity to grow and evolve. Intentional living is not about perfection or having everything figured out. It's a practice, a daily commitment to showing up with purpose and presence, even when the road ahead is unclear. It's about taking responsibility for our choices and recognizing that, while we may not control the circumstances around us, we always have the power to choose how we respond. In this way, intentional living becomes a source of strength and stability, guiding us through uncertain times with clarity and hope. Let me know if you'd like further adjustments or additions.